Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Touching You Talk Show. This is Elder Sheila. And guess what? I have a set of very special people on with me. They are the coaches of the Stealth Track Club. And I'm telling you, this track club is so near and dear to my heart. My own son used to actually run for this track club. And, I just appreciate all of the coaches and all the things that they have done for him and how he's such a great athlete as a result of being a part of this club. So how is everybody doing today?
Hey, Miss Sheila, how you doing?
Hey,
Good.
we're doing good.
Doing
Doing
great.
good. All right, all right. So let's see. How long have we known each other? I guess what, 3 years now? Has it
Yes,
been three
ma'am.
years?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Been
first
three
year.
years, yeah.
Third school.
So okay, so I want to ask Coach Tony. The legacy started with your family. So I want you to tell us about how this track club got started and just tell us how it got started and how it ends up that you are actually a coach now.
So it got started. I was very young. I first started running when I was 7. But before that, my uncle had a part of the track club in Dallas, and then my pops, Coach Rod, ended up and began another chapter over here in Fort Worth. So once that started, obviously I was a part of that, and ran all the way until I was a junior in high school before, I focused on football. But man, it was fun. It was real fun. The process has been crazy, just knowing my pops been doing it for so long and, touched so many athletes, a lot of people call him pops, and that's just a testament, to what Still Track Club is, just been a big old family, I love all my people.
So you were actually an athlete that actually ran for the track club, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I ran everything really. I ran everything from the 100 to the mile. The triple jump, long jump. It's just one of the things that track always let me know that I could always compete in anything. Because I remember I had gotten in trouble and my pops had put me in the 1500 one year.
Oh, that
And
was punishment.
yeah, it was punishment, but I ended up making it to regionals, which was crazy. Like, so it was one of them things where I was like, yeah, I know I can do whatever, So that helped me, my competitive nature for sure.
Okay, all right, all right.
hmm
So is it like which race is your specialty as far as training the athletes?
As far as overall, I am the jump coach, and that is what we excel in, especially just because I do have the experience of jumping, and going to nationals and competing at that level, and some of these athletes I have, they jump farther than I did already, and it's just like one of them things that makes us just like special because the jumpers, they also are the ones that are running and making it to regionals and nationals. It's just on the running side though, I specialize in probably the 200 and the 400. That I really wasn't a 100 runner. I was really like a 200, 400 runner. So yeah, that's what I specialize in.
Okay, all right. And Coach Tanisha, how are you today, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell me how long you've been coaching.
On and off since 2015. So on and off since then. Actually, Tony was one of my babies out there too.
hmm
So yeah.
hmm
Now my baby is turning to a grown man now, and it's a blessing to see him being a coach and out here teaching others like he was taught, and it's a blessing.
Okay, all right. So are you an athlete as well? Do you run? What was your
Oh, I
race?
can't look. I can't run nothing but my mouth right now. But But yes, I actually did run track. My specialty was all the relays. I long jump and triple jump. Also, my main thing was the 200. I
Okay.
was actually supposed to go off to college and then to the Olympics from there, but had a son, my son senior year in high school, and kind of gave up on all that. But it's still a blessing.
So, what attracted you to this track club?
My baby right here on the phone, which is my big boy now. But no, it's just I love track basically. For a while I tried to stay away from it just because going through depression because I didn't go off to college. And so my son actually thank goodness for Coach Tony and his father, Coach Rod, and stuff, and we found this club, and my son I guess probably 3 years ago or so he signed up, and we just been with them ever since.
Okay, all right. And what does your son run?
He runs the 1 and 200.
Okay, and how old is he?
He's 8 now.
So, does he like it, or are you making him do it?
Well, I made him do it the first time. And trust me, kids gonna complain when they don't want to do something, but he actually love it. He's been calling and wanting to, asking me to start him back up or whatever. So he's ready. I just got to get him mentally ready to do this, So
So, what makes this track club more different from any other track club?
well, this is actually the only one that I work with, but I mean, just being out and about with other track clubs and everything, we are more like family and stuff. So once family is family, we look out for each other. I'm always making sure or try my best to make sure all the kids are where they're at and stuff, and just try to be on time with everything. So, it's just we pretty much have each other's back, and we're able to communicate with each other. We laugh, we cry together, we joke, we do whatever it is to, get by as a family.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. And Miss L'Oreal Forte, how are you? Coach Forte,
All right, that's
how are you
great.
today? It is so good to see you. Okay, so now you're a coach, but tell me about before you became a coach, what your experience was with this track team.
Um, like Coach Tanisha just said, it's always been a family. We came to the track club about 6 years ago, just on a whim. Coach Rob and his wife, they were walking through Walmart and saw my husband and Malia, and they were like, "Oh, we have a football team. Do you want to cheer?" She was like, "No." And so they was like, "Well, we have a track team. Do you want to run track?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." And so they FaceTimed me from Walmart and was just like, we want her to come out. So that's pretty much how we got started. Came out to one practice and immediately she fell in love with it. So it was like, okay, we'll do this as long as you want to do this. And now here we are 6 years later. She's still doing this. So
You gave me a testimony about how the first couple of years she really wasn't winning anything, and then all of a sudden, boom, she,
no,
she blossomed into this amazing track star. Tell me about that experience.
listen, she started when she was 5, about to be 6 that year. So she was just out there running, coming in dead last all the time. And I was like, it's okay, baby. Go ahead. You just run your little heart out. You just do so good. And I never ran track. So it was just kind of like, yeah, she gonna play basketball. It's fine. But then that year that she was 8U, her up year 8U, I don't know what clicked. I don't know what it was, but I mean, every race back to back to back, she was placing. I'm just like, who are you? Where you come from? Whose kid is this? And from there, it's just like she got that little taste of winning, and she was like, "Nah, I'm gonna stick with this. I can do this." So, again, here we are, still doing it.
Wow. So tell me, as a parent, did you like pressure her and make her, and tell me your parenting in the midst of it all.
What we did do, so it's always a bit of option. We told her the moment you fall out of love with it, you don't have to do it. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is force you to do it, and I'm not gonna spend no money on something that you don't want to do with your whole heart. Um, but at the same time, we know Malia, and so it's just kind of been like, oh, I'm tired of track now. But then as soon as we get hit that December, January, Marches, I'm ready for track season. And so we just kind of, let her kind of lead us with that. But what we do instill in her is that if you don't want to do it in real life, you have to do something else. and you have to commit to it. But because we know that she has a potential to at least go to college, get some scholarships and something, of course we're going to continue to push her in that. But yeah, it's ultimately, if she just decides I flat out don't want to do it, I'm not in love with it anymore, and it just becomes more of a burden than a joy, then she's out.
So what is her best race? What is her thing?
The 400 right now, like she's definitely a 400 runner. And that just happened within the past couple years. She hated the 400. Like the entire time she ran, she hated the 400. And then a couple years ago, she ran 1 400 in place, and she was like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." And I'm like, again, who even are you? Like, who's this hero? I could never.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, Coach Curley, how long have you been with the club?
Just 1 year. I
Just
just
one
started.
year.
Yeah, I just started last summer.
Okay, so what do you think? Tell me, tell me,
I
tell me.
love it. I love the track team. Honestly, like they said, the family aspect of it just kind of gravitated towards me. Like with everybody, you can call them any day of the week. Anybody on the team, any coaches, and even a lot of the parents. Like L'Oreal, like she's a parent, but she became a coach. But she was like one of those people who I could call on. And Tanisha and Tony, I can hit them with a text, and they'll hit you back with anything you need. So it was more that, when you're looking for different teams, everybody looks for something different. But what we were looking for was family, because we're big on family in our own lives, on a day to day. So when I came there, I used to see them running on the track. And at first I was training our girls by ourselves and our son. And then I started seeing them more and more. And then I seen a Coach Rod at a track meet. And then he talked to me and kind of asked me about coaching. I was like, it's something I've always wanted to do. But I'm not going to act like I've had any experience with it. But I love kids. Track has been something that took me all the way to the collegiate level. So I knew it was something that I wanted to do and I could do. So it was awesome. I haven't had a bad thing to say about this team at all. Even from just starting off the every track practice with a prayer. I'm sorry, ending it with a prayer. It's just been everything. Like teaching my kids just stuff like that has been everything to me. So yeah, I love it.
So, what races do your kids run? Tell me.
So our two youngest girls, who are basically 11 and 12 now, they do the 1, 2, and the 4x1. Hoping they'll go to the 400 one day too, like Miss Malia. But right now, the fear is still there a little bit. But I'm gonna push them because I'm a 400 runner. But then our son, he's the same way. He was a 100 and 200 runner, 4x1, but he's also a long jumper also.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Mhm.
amazing. So, let me ask, as far as coaching, so
Mhm.
all of you coach male and female, or is it segregated? Tell me.
Now we all coach male and females, like every single one of us. So like we all basically, like it's like age groups. So I think this past summer, me and Coach Tanisha, we kind of did the younger kids, the 12 and under. Tony, like he said, he did the jumpers, but he also worked with a lot of the high schoolers. So it was like mixed. We never really divided the genders because a lot of times they push it. I mean, they push each other. So you kind of don't want to divide them like that. You can, but we didn't see nothing wrong with having them together.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
Coach Tony, tell me about some of the training techniques that you all use.
Training techniques as far as what?
I mean, just how do y'all train? What do you do when you train?
So when it comes to training, we always go through a progression. So, we're starting up now. So everything is going to be making sure we're technically sound, to put us in the best position for us to keep growing through the season, at whichever events, we have to find out what everybody's good at, and once we do that, then we establish, like Coach Curley said, everybody, like my pops, he does the long distance, he specializes in the long distance, so he knows, just like, how we knew Nate was going to turn out to be good, you know what I'm saying? He knows, and as far as me, I can see on the drills if somebody can jump. Like, they know anytime I see, I be like, hey, yeah, I think he could jump, or I think she could jump. 9 times out of 10, yeah, it's like, so everybody knows, just because we all been around, like, all the coaches we have, they can speak to what they said, so we always progress, 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 then we hit it hard once we get to knowing where everybody's at. So it just depends on what we're working on that day. Some days we'll work on the form, making sure everything is hip pocket good. Some days it'll be strictly high knees, making sure that toes pointed up. So we go through different variations of exercise out there. So
So, Coach Tanisha, tell me about your training techniques. Is it different from girls to boys, or is it exactly the same?
No, it's pretty much all the same. We do have to make sure that their technique and stuff is down. I mean, if they mess up, we make them do it again. I'm I'm sweet, but I'm strict at the same time because it's still a pattern that they have to do, and I do yell, but at the same time, I still show love. But at the same time, it's a tough love in a nurturing, like competitive way. I'm a very competitive person, even though, of course, I don't run anymore and stuff. But I still, I still got it in my soul. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody that have it, they have it. And I'm gonna let them know. And if they think they can do it, I'm never going to discourage somebody. So pushing them, working on forms, like Coach Tony said, form is the main thing about it. And also I'm big on teaching them breathing techniques. So if they're not breathing right, their running is going to be off too, no matter if you have your technique down or not. But the breathing is very important. Is very important.
So, Coach L'Oreal, how are you going to deal with behavioral problems? How do you all deal with behavioral problems?
Being the coach and
Oh,
stuff.
that's a good question. That is a great question. One, I mean, obviously the kids gonna be kids, and just knowing I have 4 kids of my own, so like I don't expect huge behavioral issues. But I'm one for a conversation. I'm gonna talk to you once. I'm gonna talk to your mama. After that, everybody gotta have a meeting. Everybody gotta come together, and we gotta have a kumbaya. Um, but no, I mean, kids are gonna be kids, and so I think anything and everything can be talked through with the conversation, at minimum. Now, keep on. It's gonna be some repercussions and consequences. But I'm gonna get on board with all the other coaches first, see what they do first. That's really the best answer because I don't know, child. I don't know.
So, Coach Tony, what's the deal with behavioral issues? What do you do? What do you do? What's the recourse?
so with behavioral issues, obviously as I wasn't young too long ago, so like Coach L'Oreal said, I know sometimes, and dealing with those older girls, I push them to Coach Tanisha and Coach Curley every time. I be like, yeah, I don't know, this, don't go over there. But the younger kids, I really try to, instill in them, like, you have to listen to be out here to succeed. You can't just, can't blow us off, talking back, we anything like consequence wise, probably make them, put them through a boot camp or something, to get them right, let them know. That's about it. It's we really don't. Luckily, we really don't have like behavioral issues. Like so, like Coach Royal said, I haven't just been in the position where I had to like just be really, thumb down on the situation with a child. And, I just hope, we don't have to anyway. That's not what they out there for, So, it ain't just nothing crazy, My pops though, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
So, so Coach Tanisha, what do you say about behavioral? How do you handle behavioral issues?
Ooh, a lot of prayer, and I have to talk to myself. But my thing is, I'm always trying to, we really, to be honest, we really never had really any behavior issues. And if they are, I'm not the one that's going to argue with a child. I'll never argue with a child. What I will do, if I do have a problem with a child, I do address the parent, and I don't ever take disrespect lightly. Like if I do have an issue with a child, which if have occurred, and I take it to the mother, or if the mother don't do something about it, I'm like, you know what, coach, y'all need to do something, because if I know, if I'm angry, that means that it's a real problem, because it takes a lot to make me angry. But like I said, we got some pretty good kids and stuff. Behavior issues really not an issue, but we do address it accordingly. We do talk amongst ourselves, and we do address it and handle it as efficiently, efficient. You know what I'm trying to say? The big word I can't get out of my mouth right now. But no, we try to handle it in the proper way and in the best manner, because we don't want to start anything, and we don't try to get other parents involved. What happened with this child is between the parents and the coach, and that's how it should be. Now, when the kid want to act up, oh, we got some punishment for them. We got a lot of running and a lot of drills that we can push them, because I mean, hey, if it's all work, no play. So if you want to go out there and play, we got something to play with.
Okay. All right. So, Coach Curley, your turn.
I'm just the same way, basically. It's nothing. Half the time, the attitude or discipline situation comes from being upset about the workout or being too tired, when they come to practice, or not doing the workout they want to do. So it's really, if you just really talk to them, asking them questions. Okay, what's the problem? Why are we like this today? Why are we feeling like this today? You can basically get to the root of the problem. And we established with the kids in the beginning, hey, this is how practice is going to go. If you're not here for that, then you don't need to be here. Okay, so basically we set the tone before anything starts off. And like they said, we really don't have no problems. I mean, like you said, kids don't have bad days from being in school all day and then working out. But other than that, you talk to them, you pull them to the side, talk to them, walk around the track with them for a little bit. They most likely get right. If not, you can say, okay, go sit down with your parent until you feel better. And then you can come back. Or if not, you and your parent, y'all can go home for the night and let's try again the next practice. But that's really how we deal with it. We really don't have problems like that on the team at all.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So, when is the next practice, Coach Tony? Have y'all started practicing yet?
It will be February 17th.
February the 17th. So, are you accepting new runners?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And if anybody is interested in joining the club, we have a Facebook page, Stuff Track Club. You can look it up, and I will message you back. Most definitely.
Okay. All right. Is there a cost associated with being a part of the club?
Yes, it would cost $250 per member. It comes with the USA Track and Field membership. It comes with a T-shirt, a hat, a backpack, obviously the uniform. So it's really worth it.
Okay. All right. So, what advice do you give that person that would like to become a coach? What advice could you give them?
So, like, if you want to become a coach, my best advice would be to actually sit down and think about, like, do you really love kids? Everybody on this call love kids. You understand what I'm saying? That's the main thing that we are there for, to help and guide and motivate the kids, not even on the track level, on the everyday life level. Like Coach Curley said, kids gonna have bad days, they come into us, their parents trusting them to us, so we as coaches, it's kind of our duty to, check on them, see what's going on, let them know that it's good, let them know if, they need to go sit and chill, go home or do whatever, they trust us, are you ready for those kids to call you, when they need something? Can you go get up in the middle of the night, can you answer that phone call? That's what it's all about. Like, and that's what I've learned, and just me, I've only been coaching for 5 years, coming out of college, but it's been a lot. It's been a very impactful 5 years, for me and the kids I've coached. So it's something you just have to take pride in, like, because we out there, we're doing it for free. We're not getting paid. This is something we love to do. So you got to know if you love to coach, if you love to teach, then just go for it.
So, do you all follow the athletes after they leave, after they age out?
Oh, most definitely. Everybody love us. They keep in touch. It's a family thing, like we've been saying from the beginning. It really is deep. Like, it's really deep. Like, it's like just growing up, me seeing it as a kid, all the people that they see me, oh, what's up? What Coach Rod at, man? Where your pops at? There's some people, they about to be 40, It's like just impact. You know, it's just like, you know, and that's one thing that motivated me. You know, seeing how long my pops did it. You know, doing it. You know, and how successful it's been. You know, I've been a part of it running and coaching. So me being a part of the running, it just made it even better. You know, knowing that, you know, we're doing the same thing that I was doing. You know, even though we had harder workouts, you know, but and they still be complaining, but you know, we still getting the job done. So you know, it's just a blessing. You know.
Okay. So L'Oreal, what advice can you give to that parent? That parent that, you know, they see a talent, they see a technique, they see that maybe this is something that their child will be good at. What advice would you give them?
Encourage them. Just encourage a child, trust the coaches, and just let them go out there and explore because it may turn out to be something that's really good for them, something that they really fall in love with. So just keep pushing them, keep encouraging them, motivate them, and be tough. Like, don't be afraid of being tough too, showing them that tough love because a lot of time kids get in the mentality that they mess up one time. It's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But push them. It's okay to push them.
So Coach Curley, what do you say to that parent that wants to be the coach on the sideline? What do you say to them, ma'am?
Oh, that's a good one. You know, we love our parents. We do. You know, we appreciate your support. But I mean, half the time, I don't even know. You caught me with that one.
I saw
Um,
it say you
you know,
had the
we
wrong
all
person.
parents, so we all want to coach. Everybody, you know, every parent think they know more than the coach. A lot of times, not every parent, but a lot of parents do. And a lot of times they have good advice. So if you want to be a sideline coach, come to the coach. Let's say that. Come to the coach. You know, what's your opinion? What advice are you wanting to give the child? You know, just come tell me about it. And let's talk about it. And let's come together and meet in the middle. Let's meet in the middle with it. You know, so sometimes parents do got good advice. I mean, I was a parent on the sideline. I feel like now I have good advice. So like, come ask me because you know I ran track. I went to college and ran track, so I felt like I had good advice. Coach Rod listened, and then now look at me. I'm coaching. So see, maybe you know if you tell the coach, talk to the coach, maybe they be like, "Hey, you need to come coach. This is your calling." So yeah, so that's what I think.
So what about that overbearing parent though that's on the field and running up the side?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Um, respectfully, you know, it's okay just to sit down. Look, let me say, look, this is your break. When you bring your child out here for practice, it's our turn, mom and dad. Let us take this out. Let us take this off your hands for just a little bit. Trust us with this process, and you won't be disappointed. You know, I know you want to come out here, and I know you want to run with little Juju around the track. You know, and I know you want to encourage him, but let us encourage him for these 2 hours, and then Juju is yours again.
I
So
love
just
it.
yeah, just
I
like
love
that.
it.
Yeah.
So Coach Tanisha, you are a woman of God. So do you pray for the team?
We pray all the time. I'm praying. I pray as I'm walking, talking, thinking, and just to make sure that I don't say the wrong thing and stuff. And hopefully, little Juju take my advice. But it's just always praying, and the thing about it too, I don't have to even say, oh, I'm a woman of God. When it radiates off of you and into your kids that you're coaching or the parents that you coach or whatever, like she was talking about the issue or whatever, parents already know. I'm like, look, I got this. I got this, just like God got us. So that's why we really haven't had any issues and stuff. So, and like Coach Curley said at the earlier too, that we pray our kids out before we leave, so prayer is all around us, and it's just a blessing to be able to have that to radiate from inside out. Now don't get me wrong, now God's still working on me.
He's working on all of us. None of us have arrived for sure.
That is true. I'm still a work in progress, but God got me.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I am so glad you all took this time out to talk. Is there anything else you want to share with the people that are listening?
Just come on, come out, bring your child out to Stealth Track Club. Let them come work out
Please.
with us. It's a lot of it's a lot of talent out there that's at home And
Mhm.
kids need to be out the house. Get your children out the house and active and moving. And summer track is a great way, for them to do that and gain new friends and family. And right now, I think we need that more than ever,
Mhm.
so bring them babies out,
And
let them have fun.
Miss
Okay.
Sheila, I'm glad that you wasn't one of those overbearing parents either. So
Nah, for real.
that's
Thank
a blessing. So trust me, you know how we do it. So hey.
Well, I can say that's the reason why I wanted to talk to this group because this group is near and dear to my heart. And even though my son didn't run it last year, there was a couple of track meets that I showed up in my stealth t-shirt. I am
Mhm.
still a part of the team. Once a stealth
Most
track
definitely.
person, you're always a stealth track person. So I'm a track mom all
Family.
the way to the end, all the way until I go meet Jesus. I am
Amen.
a stealth track mom. and
Mhm.
and the track club has been a blessing to me. I mean, we have traveled together to track meets, and I can tell you all that when you join this team, it is truly like a family. I remember we went to the JOs. We went to Jacksonville, Florida, and every evening we would all come together in the afternoon after the track meet, and we would just hang out and talk and eat and have a great time. So it's not just all work. There is some play. There is some good times that
Mhm.
everybody get to have. So if you're thinking about your child being in track, in summer track, this is a great organization. This is a great way to keep your child out of trouble, right? Because
Mhm.
they're
Most
too
definitely.
busy. This and focus on something that's positive, focus on something that can take them to the next level in life. So thank you all for joining me today. And we will put the information in the chat. I see that Miss Tanique is on. If she has the information, if she could post it in the comments on how people can join up and sign up for this group.
Yeah,
If you
Nick,
have
you
any
put it in
questions,
there.
just place your question in the comment if you're watching on demand, and
Mhm.
someone will definitely get in touch with you. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been a great time, guys. Thank you so much. This has been
Thank
Touching
you.
You Talk
Thank you.
Show. Have a
Thank
great day, everyone.
All right, you too.
Okay,
Thank
Bye.
thank you.
you.
Yeah.